Alright, YouTube. I am all decked out. So that can only mean one thing. Football picks, week 1 NFL. I'm doing them a little early, but I've seen the post on Vegas, thespread.com. You can check that out. That's where I pulled these numbers off from. Now, this could change over the next week or so, but these are what they are right now. So roughly they don't change, but the greatest time of the year any football fan waits for, the greatest time of the year is right now. No matter how bad your team was last year, everybody's 0-0. We're all starting over. So erase everything that happened last year. It's a brand new year. That being said, I told you I'd do it for the 2013 season. I'll be through the whole season. I'll recap some weeks, this and that. But right now, I'm going to give you my week 1 picks, lock them in, and tell you what I think and give you the point spreads, this and that. So Thursday, September 5th is our first game of the week. And it is the Denver Broncos at home hosting the Baltimore Ravens, and currently Denver is giving 7 to them right now. Now this is a playoff game that went to double overtime last year. Now look, Raven fans, I don't want you to think, I never said the Ravens were a bad team. That never came out of my mouth. I just simply said, with Ray Lewis being gone and Ed Reed, I thought they were maybe going to struggle, but that does not take away the fact that they're a good team. However, Denver, in my opinion, should have won that playoff game last year, had every opportunity to, but fell short. Peyton Manning, Joe Flacco, defending Super Bowl champions against which a lot of people, myself included, think these are Super Bowl contenders, the Denver Broncos. So Denver is giving 7. I would suggest right now that it is a safe bet if you take Baltimore with the 7 points. However, that being said, I like the Denver Broncos to win the game outright. I think Baltimore will cover the 7-point spread. I'm not counting them out. So I'm giving you some respect, but I like the Denver Broncos at home to beat the Baltimore Ravens right now. I'm sorry, I do not see the Baltimore Ravens doing a lot this year. Now, they could prove me wrong, but I just really do not see it. So that doesn't mean they're a bad team, but I like Denver Broncos to win this game outright and start off the season right. Now we go into Sunday, New England on the road in Buffalo. New England's given 7 as well. E.J. Manuel looked pretty good. Bill's getting criticized, think that he got drafted too early. I disagree with that. I think he looked pretty damn good. 10 times better than fucking Ryan Fitzpatrick. I mean, come on. Yeah, give the Bills some credit. However, unfortunately for the Buffalo Bills and E.J. Manuel, they have to be taking on the New England Patriots, which, as everybody knows, can put up 30, 40 points on any given week. However, that being said, I think the Patriots will win the game outright. I mean, I would love to see an upset here. I really would, but I just don't see it happening. I got to take the Patriots to the 7.5 points. I don't see Buffalo covering that 7-point spread either. It's just, you can't judge the Bills off this game because the Patriots can make anybody look bad, as years have proven. So, sorry Bills fans, I got to take the Patriots in this game. But I think you guys will be good in a couple years. Now here we go. Pittsburgh giving 7.5 to the Tennessee Titans at Pittsburgh. I'm sorry. I don't understand why Pittsburgh gets so much respect. I'm sorry. I know that they've got 6 Super Bowls. I know they're a respectful organization, but people, come on. The Steelers are not what they used to be 6 years ago. I mean, they're still viable, but they're old and slower than what they usually are. So, I like Tennessee with that 7.5-point spread. I like Pittsburgh to win the game outright, but I like Tennessee to cover. I just don't see Pittsburgh doing a lot this year. I'm looking at 8 and 8, 9 and 7 at best from Pittsburgh this year, honestly. I mean, Cincinnati in Pittsburgh last year, Cincinnati should have beat Pittsburgh both times last year. They had every opportunity to win the first game, but they pissed it down their leg. That was their fault. The fucking Bengals gave them the game. But at Pittsburgh last year, Cincinnati fucking played horrible, atrocious on offense, and still won that game. Now, I know Pittsburgh exchanged back some turnovers as well, but still. And now, if the Bengals can do that, how shitty. I mean, if the Bengals had their offense going, we could have beat that team by 20 points easily. But take the Steelers. They're playing Tennessee Titans, and Tennessee don't show me nothing. So take the Steelers to win the game. New Orleans at home, giving 1.5 to Atlanta Falcons. Great game right here. People, I'm taking the Saints, hands down. I do not believe in the Atlanta Falcons. They got lucky to beat the Seattle Seahawks last year. Seattle should have won that game, had every chance to, had every opportunity to. By all counts, Seattle should have won that game. So, I'm sorry. I do not believe in the Atlanta Falcons, especially with Sean Payton coming back, Drew Brees. I like the Saints at home to start 1-0 and beat the Atlanta Falcons. Tampa Bay giving 1.5 to New York Jets. I mean, people, honestly, I know it's week 1, but this is a game I could really give a shit less about. I like Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is favored by 1.5. Makes sense. Jets, I'm sorry. They ain't going to do nothing. I just don't see it. The pressure's on Mark Sanchez. Guess what? If I was the coach, start Geno Smith. Mark Sanchez just can't do it, guys. He just can't do it. Unless he proves me wrong this year, but he just can't do it. Take the Buccaneers. Kansas City giving 3 at Jacksonville. Blaine Gabbert's still starting. Alex Smith coming from the Chiefs. I like the Chiefs hands down in this game. I think the Chiefs are going to be, I don't know if the Chiefs will make it to the playoffs, but I think that they're going to be way better than a 2-14 team. I like the Chiefs over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Sadly, the only thing I see good coming out of Jacksonville is a sick new logo. But other than that, I don't see nothing else. Take the Chiefs. Seattle giving 3.5 at Carolina. I like Russell Wilson over Cam Newton. I like Russell Wilson big in this game. I think Seattle could really contend for a Super Bowl. Honestly, really this year I believe that 100%. If you look at the way their defense played and the way Russell Wilson is, Seattle's got a shot, man. They really do. I like Seattle in that game hands down. Since Chicago at home giving 3 to Cincinnati, my game here. Well, let me tell you something. It makes sense that Chicago is favored in this game because at Soldier Field, it's a tough place to play. Brian Urlacher's gone now. Jay Cutler. The Bengals are definitely the better team in this game. I'm taking the Bengals to win this game outright. And the Bengals need to start the season off strong. They don't got an easy road, so they got to start the season out right. And I'm rooting for my team. I hope they can do it. Cincinnati should do it. They got all the weapons too. So take Cincinnati in this game to beat the Bears. Miami getting 1.5 at Cleveland. Upset. I like the Browns in this game. I know I said the Browns were going to suck, but let me tell you something. After watching that team in preseason, I think there's only one game left, but after watching this team so far, Browns have shown me, I know it's preseason. You can't always say preseason doesn't mean nothing because sometimes it does. For some reason, I just like the Browns at home right now. With Brandon Weeden, I think the Browns are going to make a shocker here and beat the Dolphins. I just have a feeling that's going to happen. So take the Browns to win this game. Detroit giving 2.5. They're at home giving 2.5 to the Minnesota Vikings. Now, the Minnesota Vikings don't have a quarterback. I mean, everybody knows that. But I'm sorry, Viking fans. You can say what you want. Adrian Peterson is your whole team. Without Adrian Peterson, the Vikings are a 2-14, 3-13 team. Nobody can dispute that. And anybody does is just in denial. So no, Adrian Peterson makes that whole team. Now that being said, is that going to be enough to beat the Detroit Lions in Detroit? I don't think so. I'm sorry, I don't believe so. I like the Lions in this game to beat the Minnesota Vikings. Now, if Minnesota won this game, it really wouldn't mean nothing. It wouldn't surprise me. But I like the Lions in this game to beat the Minnesota Vikings. Indianapolis giving 7 to Oakland. Raider fans, I have a feeling you're going to be in the basement this year. I think you guys are going to have another rough season. Matt Flynn, though, I will say, if he is starting, I'm pretty sure he is. He looked pretty good in Green Bay when he was there, so I will say, but I think the Raiders are in for a 6-10 season at best. Honestly, it's going to be another rough year for you Raider fans. Take the Colts outright. And honestly, I know I said the Broncos, but I would not count the Colts out of the playoff contention either. Really want it. So take the Colts to win this game. San Fran at home, giving 4 to Green Bay. Can San Fran recover after that Super Bowl loss, which they were on their way to win, but unfortunately they got off to such a slow start they couldn't recover. Now this game was a matchup last year at this time, and San Fran beat Green Bay. Decisively in Green Bay. However, that being said, this would be a little bit of a shocker. I like the Packers in this game, and Aaron Rodgers. I do. I like the Packers coming here and beat the 49ers. I don't think the 49ers have recovered yet. Now, the 49ers got a hell of a defense, obviously, but Colin Kaepernick I just don't know. We'll see. Take the Packers, though, to win that game outright. St. Louis giving 4.5 to Arizona. Carson Palmer starting for the Cardinals. St. Louis Rams got a good defense, but can their offense step up? From what I've seen in the preseason so far, it don't look too good. But like I said, that's preseason. St. Louis giving 4.5. I like the Rams at home. I think the Rams defense is going to put a stop to Carson Palmer. Carson Palmer will probably throw 2 or 3 interceptions. You Cardinal fans will find out after 2 or 3 weeks that you guys will go with that Drew Stanton, whatever his name is. You should have started him to begin with. You still should. It ain't too late. But I like the St. Louis Rams. Sunday night now. Dallas giving 2.5 to the New York Giants. Tony Romo. If you're a Cowboys fan, getting that big contract extension, I don't agree with that, but whatever. Dallas Cowboys, Tony Romo, they got a lot to prove this year. They really do. I'd say Cowboys. I'm going to say Cowboys will win this game outright because the Giants, they only got Eli Manning, but I like the Cowboys that Sunday night at home to win it outright. Just simply because Romo's got a lot of pressure. That could be a good or bad thing, I guess, but I like the Cowboys at home. 2 Monday night games now. Washington at home, giving 4.5 to the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia don't show me nothing. besides the new coach. I mean, I know they got Michael Vick. I think the Eagles will keep it competitive, but I like RG3 in this game 100%. I just no disputing. I like RG3 and the Redskins to beat this team. So take Washington 4.5, beat that team outright. And the other Monday night, the final game of the week, Houston is on the road, giving 3 to San Diego. Now San Diego has beaten Houston 3 consecutive times that they've played. At San Diego, I'm calling another upset here. I like the Chargers to beat this team. I'm not a big believer in Houston like everybody else is. I just don't see, I mean, fortunately they've had the privilege of playing the Bengals, but other than that, they have beaten nobody. So, I know everybody thinks I'm bitter. Look, I'm a good sport when it comes to winning. Look, I know we fucking gave Houston the game last 2 years. So, really, honestly, I blame our team more than anything. Take San Diego to beat the Texans outright. And there you have it, people. My Week 1 NFL picks. With that, all that set aside, good luck to everybody's team. I really hope the best for everybody. And stay tuned, and I'll do a recap of Week 1, and let's see how good or bad I do. The first week is always kind of tricky, so we'll just see what happens. And yes, go Bengals, people.